Eucharistic Journal 1. The beginning of our story is in 700 AD in a small town in Lanciano, Italy. It was after a long journey on foot that a monk is celebrating the traditional Latin Mass at the monastery of St. Longinus in Italy. The monk felt something heavy in his heart, as he was from the Orthodox tradition. He was not comfortable celebrating in the Roman rite and using the unleavened bread. The monk always doubted the Catholic doctrine of transubstantiation. During the Mass, when he said the words of consecration, "This is my body, this is my blood," the priest saw the bread change into a living flesh, and the wine changed into blood, which coagulated into 5 pieces, irregular and different in shape and size. The monk was spellbound by what he witnessed. He was unable to believe his eyes. The miracle was contemporaneously investigated and confirmed by the Church, though no documents from this investigation are present. This, however, was the first recorded event of a person witnessing a Eucharistic miracle. There are multiple investigations into this miracle, and the scientific findings, to say the least, are dumbfounding. Here are the scientific facts. One set of measurements was made in 1574 by Archbishop Antonio Gaspar Rodriguez, who determined that the blood divided into 5 unequal parts and weighs as much as altogether as each do separately. This is truly amazing if you think about it. This miracle even goes against the basic principles of math. The 5 pieces, when measured together, gives us the same measure as when it is measured separately. To put it simply, we know that 1 plus 1 does not equal 1. A 21st century historian of science calls this the miracle of the weights. In 1971, the specimens were also analyzed by Odor du Linoli, a professor in anatomy and pathological histology, as well as chemistry and clinical microscopy, and a former head of the Laboratory of Pathological Anatomy at the Hospital of Arezzo. He published his results in 1971. According to the study, the flesh is human cardiac tissue of type AB. He said that the specimen was from the heart of a man. He said he found proteins in the blood in the same proportions as are found in the seroprotein makeup of normal blood. This is amazing because it means that the specimens, when tested, was coming from a living person. Linoli also found no traces of preservatives in the specimen, again ratifying the validity of this miracle, as it remains the same even after centuries of being open to elements that could have degraded a non-living sample. This again glorifies the resurrection of Jesus Christ, as he is truly alive, even now. The scientific pieces of evidence prove that he is still alive in the Holy Eucharist. Linoli's analysis was confirmed in 1981 by Ruggero Bertelli, a retired professor of human anatomy at the University of Siena. These scientific shreds of evidence are jaw-dropping But we should reflect much more about the true presence of Jesus Christ when we go through these miracles. Indeed, He is coming to dwell in our hearts through the Holy Eucharist. The next time you receive the Blessed Sacrament, remember that you are receiving the body and blood of a living person. Our hearts should be filled with gratitude for this ineffable grace that God has graciously given us. This is the first video in the series that explores 10 different Eucharistic miracles. Stay tuned for more. Thank you.